welcome back. We are here for The Between, Lilacs in the Dark, episode 7. So, we haven't been back in a minute, so I'm going to ask the players to kind of help recap what they remember from last time. And we are unfortunately missing our American this evening, so hopefully Mike will have safe travels to Strategicon and have a great time. And for the rest of us, it's like we will have whatever time we end up having. So, yeah, whoever wants to start. Actually, you know what? Let's go in character keeper order. So, Lady Rosamund Ross Carter, what do you remember from last time?
So, excuse me. Last time we had a scene at my gym
Hmm.
with Larabee, as well as the Pepper Potts showed up. But more importantly, I did some research with, I am terrible with names. It would be Sir Anthony Reese Wood of the Explorers Club. And we did a little dream analysis per the dream of Mock that we all had.
Cool.
And I think it was Pemberton Potts, because Pepper Potts is the character from Iron Man.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. I need to write that where I find it easily. Thank you.
It was not Gwyneth Paltrow. Yeah.
Please no. Please no.
Boy can
No
dream.
no goop no goop in this episode. Thanks.
No candles.
All right, Dr. Whitford.
We began with Jack waking up in my lab, and then I went to an alley and played with someone's optic nerves.
And Jack.
And Jack resurrected and I want to make, there's probably no one that's watching this for the first time, but for anyone who is, by waking up, we mean Jack was dead and came back to life on the slab in the lab of Dr. Whitford. And I think that was the first time we actually got to see her laboratory, which was pretty cool. That was kind of neat. And then we had a distressed young woman show up at our door, which is like catnip for Jack. So he escorted her back to is it the Clubhouse for the Bright and Beautiful?
That is, yes.
And Jack did a bit of investigating into our new threat, the Order of the Azure Eyes. He, is trying to convince the people there that he would like to join their cult. And that was, I think, kind of where we left last time.
Correct. All right, great. All right, so we're going to buzz over to a night phase, which we had decided last time was going to be a Hargrave House night phase. And let me just go into the play structure really quickly, where we see Dust phase, night phase. Okay, so if we're doing a Hargrave House night phase, going to reintroduce the room that we're going to explore, and then I've assigned prompts to the players. For the prompt that I had originally assigned to Mike, I will do that one. And it's a short phase, let's see, and then we'll just go directly to Dawn afterwards. All right, so go through that really quickly. Let's see. Yeah, okay, cool. All right, so just to be reminded, the room that we picked for Hargrave House was the library. Towering bookcases filled with tomes spanning human understanding and beyond. A sturdy spiral staircase escalates between multiple floors. The deep, indelible scent of ancient trees and bitter inks hang in the atmosphere. Number 1, paint the scene. Of all the rooms in Hargrave House, none feel more unstuck than this one. As you enter the library, what do you see or experience that feels a little off? And I assign that to Clint.
So, as you enter the library, you can almost detect like just a slight increase in temperature, just so it's a little bit more cozy than the rest of the house. And all the fragrances of the books and the art kind of float around a little bit more. Specifically, as you move, you can almost smell all the articles and like chairs and desks, etc.
Number 2, paint the scene. An entire shelf is dedicated to the hunter's logs of Mayhew Dandridge, an alienist and former resident of Hargrave House. In his writings, Mayhew postulates that all who set foot in the house are cursed. What outlandish claims does he make to support this theory? I think his logs, his observations contain notes from not only from his own dealings with Hargrave House, but also from other hunters that he's watched and observed during his own stay, possibly even stuff about Jack as well. When Jack has come to stay at Hargrave House, and just writing about just the similarities of the patterns of their lives. Perhaps when they come in, there is a sense of purpose that he sees in their face, and then as they tackle the various threats, then he sees the wearing of their soul, as he puts it in his log, but then he thinks it turns into something else as he watches and observes even more. And I think he starts talking about something in their eyes, something in their gait, something that he sees that just shows that there is something dogging their steps, and it will eventually lead to their ruin. Number 3, paint the scene. While hunting for a fey creature, a group of hunters liberated a collection of erotica from the Noonlight Court. A cursory glance reveals various figures in various compromising positions. Describe one as modestly or as salaciously as comfort allows. This is
It
Jack.
was the members of Hargrave House who were the first Victorians to learn that Midsummer Night's Dream was loosely based on an entirely true story. Mr. Shakespeare took significant liberties with the original text to allow it to be safely performed on stage by actors only mortally endowed.
I love it. Sorry. And number 4, paint the scene. Part of the library is closed off behind wrought iron gates, padlocks, and a number of more esoteric security measures. Within, reams of sensitive documents and personnel files of former residents lie in wait. What evidence remains of Hunter's unsuccessful attempts to breach the restricted section's secrets?
The gates look like they've been through a war and show multiple signs of attempted incursions. And you can only assume there have been dozens more subtle ones that didn't leave visible scars. But there are hacksaw marks, pitted bars that seem to have been partially eaten away by acid, soot stains on the ground, some patches where the iron seems to have taken on a vaguely iridescent sheen, and one place where you can see the indentation as if two either very strong or very hot hands had squeezed to the bars. There are also a handful of padlocks adorning chains that loop the two gates closed, including one that appears to be a mouth partially clutching a finger bone as if it were a cigar.
Nice. All right. So, having done an Hargrave House night phase, you unlock a move, essentially. When you spend an entire phase conducting research in the library, you choose an active threat and name a book by title and topic that could reasonably be related. Then roll with reason. On a hit, you find the book described, add it as a clue for the associated threat. On a 7 to 9, as above, but roaming the uncanny twists and turns of the library takes its toll. Take the condition burdened by knowledge. If you already have the condition burdened by knowledge, put on the Janus mask. Ooh. On a miss, you find the book described above, but get lost in the library for a time as the uncanny space slowly leaches knowledge from your mind. Forget the events of your most recent Mask of the Past. The memory appears somewhere in the library as a new tome. You may not use the library again until a new threat is presented. On a 12 plus, a corner of the library reshapes itself to provide a comfortable reading spot for you specifically. Describe how and clear an appropriate condition. So, you have access to that move now, but yeah, beware. Gotta roll really well. Woo! Wow, that's awesome. Okay, so you guys now have access to that, and we will go now head to dawn phase. Let's see. Let me just mark some stuff. Oh, go ahead.
I have a question. I grabbed the new rules
Yeah.
that he had posted.
Oh, yeah?
It said something about did I lose it already? Just to make sure we play it right. You at the end of the phase, each hunter gets to claim an item mentioned in or implied during the prompts and add it to your personal quarters.
Okay. That is, yeah, I saw that too. Yeah, go ahead and what do you think? In your particular prompt, what do you think you might have claimed?
Well, post me verbally answering the question, I kind of wrangled that idea of the scent being to form as if there was a candle.
Ooh, okay.
So
I dig it.
maybe I have a candle, a
Okay.
scented candle.
I dig it. Okay. All right. Dr. Whitford, what do you think? What do you think you've gleaned from the library? Or, sorry, Jack first. Sorry.
I have King Oberon's Little Black Book.
Nice. Okay. Now, Dr. Whitford.
I think that there were a couple padlocks that had been successfully hacked off, but were still guarding the gates. And now I have the one that mutters. So I have a muttering padlock.
Love that shit. Oh my gosh. Amazing. I think I'll give this one obviously to Wild Rose. Let me see. What would we get? I think there's a torn piece of parchment that from the journal, from Mayhew's journal. If somebody can type that in while I speak. Torn piece of parchment from Mayhew's journal that says, "The worn look in the eyes of one so cursed and one so doomed." That's not foreboding whatsoever. Absolutely not. Thank you for the reminder, Clint. Okay, so now we go to Dawn. All right. All right, so this is for the whole cycle. If we remember what's gone for the whole cycle, we did answer a question. Do you remember that? Because that was like answering one of the pigs questions. Okay, we did not resolve a threat yet. Nope. Did you experience an echo in the night? Well, obviously we didn't. And then let's see. So Mike didn't mark anything for sharing a treasured memory yet or using violence to solve a problem. Could have sworn he did. Hold on.
He did pull a gun on
Yeah,
someone.
I'm gonna say yeah. I
Yeah,
mean,
'Cause
so
I just
that's
watched,
that.
yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
I'm gonna
100%
say
pulled the gun on someone. Yeah.
absolutely. Yeah, that's what I thought. Because I'm like,
Yeah.
why didn't he mark it out? Okay, never mind. All right, and then I don't think Rose shared a treasured memory yet from the States. If I'm wrong, let me know, but I don't remember.
Well, during our scene, we did bounce
Jim.
around. Oh,
What?
When you were at the gym?
yeah.
Yeah, okay. So then I'm gonna mark. Okay.
Not that Jim.
Sorry.
Yeah.
The
Sorry about
gymnasium is what you're
Gymnasium.
saying. Yes, yeah, thank you.
Yes. Okay, so I'm gonna mark an unused advancement. Let's see, one. Okay. And then clear that track for the American. So, all right, great. So Rose has an advancement. Okay. Lady Rosamund Ross Carter answered a question, did not resolve a threat, not experience an echo in the night. Did you leverage your social status to gain the upper hand?
Well, I was at first when we were meeting with oh my gosh, come on, Clinton, the Sir Anthony.
Oh yeah.
I kind of came in really forceful and I think like kind of pressing him a little bit more. And then once we got into it, then I got into it. So if you think that was enough, I totally understand if you don't think that, because since Sir Anthony is part of the Royal Explorers Club, they may not be as different than I. So
Yeah, I mean, like it's kind of like you're kind of like on even footing.
yeah, that's what I'm thinking. So
Yeah.
maybe not that one. But I
Yeah,
did have a face-to-face encounter with the Mastermind.
Oh yes, you did.
So I get
So,
two there.
yes, you totally get
Thank you.
that. So go ahead and apply that to your advancement track and then clear your dawn questions and change your elective dawn questions if you so choose. All right, Dr. Whitford, you answered a question, did not resolve a threat, did not experience an echo in the night. Did you dismiss the possibility of a supernatural explanation despite everything you've experienced?
That depends on how we feel about me being the like, oh, the salt was in the sand about the clue in Jack's body. I think I was dismissing it, but it didn't.
I
This
feel like
was
that's
super hard.
legit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
If you think you did it, you did it. That's fine.
I did it then.
You did
Statement.
it. You done did it. Did you put your hands in a pile of guts and enjoy every minute of it?
100%.
If I didn't give you the opportunity, I would have.
I'm still just charmed by the idea of roasting around and I have someone's.
Yep, there you go. So take those 3 points, put them in your advancement track, and then clear your dawn questions, and then change your elective dawn questions if you so choose. Jack, you answered a question. Did not resolve a threat, did not experience an echo in the night. Did you casually mention encountering an important historical personage?
I spoke of Hippocrates killing me many times to try and figure out how to do it and to learn about medicine as he did so.
Got it. Cool. Did you push someone away because of their mortality?
I didn't really have the opportunity to do that, so I was kind of more concerned with prosaic events, so I did not get the opportunity to do that.
All right. Well, add
So
those.
that's 2 for me.
Yep. Add those questions. Add those points to your advancements. Clear your dawn questions, and then change your elective dawn questions if you so choose. And that is it for dawn phase. Should be anyway. Resurrection is. Yeah. So at the end of dawn. Sorry. Making sure that I do this right. Okay. I have to go back to the new structure. Let me just make sure that I'm capturing everything correctly. Sorry. Dawn phase. Okay, rewards, nope. Answer dawn questions, yep. Elective dawn questions, okay. If you want to resolve any playbook or special moves, let's see. Okay. You didn't have a chance to use a resurrectionist, although you did activate them in dusk phase. So I forgot what you picked. Hold on. You picked
Not get in trouble and bring something back for me.
Okay, what did they bring back for you? I think.
I believe I'm supposed.
Am I
Jim,
supposed
what did they bring back for me?
There you go.
Oh, what did they bring back for you? Were they looking into? Oh, they just kind of troll the city, right? They're not necessarily looking for like looking through Fig's pigs or anything like that specifically,
Well,
right?
they're
Or
grave
any
robbers,
of our...
right?
Yeah. Yeah.
They're grave robbers.
Yep.
Yeah.
And she just adds it to her personal quarters. Yep.
Yeah.
Personal possession?
A a cracked glass eye that looks like that has a like a iris like a snake's eye.
Love it.
But it's human-sized glass eye.
And where do we find y'all in the morning? And what are your plans?
I think Lady Ross Carter woke up fairly early, well rested. You know, it was a night at home. So she's probably the first one down into the study area for tea and breakfast.
Mrs. McGarity, it's like if you've rung from Mrs. McGarity, she has your stuff ready in a twinkling because she's up like or even earlier than you.
I'm sure I rung the bell before I even descended the staircase.
Sure. Ah, you're looking too thin there, ma'am. Ugh. Come on,
How
have some
rude.
victuals.
What have you made today?
Well, this is a fresh farm omelette. You'll see that the fluffiest eggs and folded in are pieces of ham, as well as the freshest vegetables. And garnishing, of course, is some wonderful black pudding.
I like pick up the plate and I sniff. Instead of lowering my head, I pick the plate up and give it a nice big sniff. And I say, it smells delightful. Do you have coffee as well?
Coffee?
Yes. This American has got me hooked on this stuff.
She looks
It's
horrified.
quite interesting.
She looks horrified. Are you feeling all right, ma'am?
I will after the coffee. Chop chop.
And she brings out the carafe of coffee that she normally hides behind everything else, and then she'll reluctantly pour out a cup for you. And she just keeps on giving you that look, even though she's trying to hide it. It's like, oh, she was already with your tea. Horrifying, horrifying, absolutely.
I will walk into breakfast on that note and say, more for the rest of us. Tea and toast, ma'am. Yes.
Dr. Whitford, are you sure I can't get you anything else?
You know what? I'd love a poached egg as well.
Ah, wonderful, wonderful.
Breakfast is the most important meal of the day. That's what my doctor told me once.
And then raised eyebrow from Mrs. McGarity. Once, ma'am.
Or twice.
And then,
I think during all this, we just see Lady Ross Carter just scooping more and more spoonful of sugar into her cup of coffee. She'll like put a dose in and then sample it and then put another spoon in.
Dr. Whitford is staring at, like, you are not subtle about this.
and
A new, an acquired taste, I believe.
They say no, they say you can't teach old dogs new tricks, but I disagree with that.
I'm not sure all tricks are worth learning.
As long as it doesn't kill you. And if it does, whatever. I've had a good life. And you see her dump another spoonful of sugar into the coffee.
And I think someone saying whatever doesn't kill you is 100% Jack's clue to come walking in the room and saying, oh, the number of times that I've said that.
how do you say that, though, Jack? I'm just curious.
Like Riley. Oh, the number of times I've said that.
And I look the doctor square in the eye and I say, see?
Lady Ross Carter, have you been able to procure the that pineapple that I asked about? Actually, you know what? I think I would ask I would ask the it wouldn't be Lady Ross Carter. It would be Mrs. McGarity. Mrs. McGarity, the pineapple.
And she's like, she's like rolled in the cart, like just as you've come in, Jack, and are asking, patience, Jack. My goodness, you'd think that you ordered that like months ago. You asked me last week. You know it takes time, yeah.
My understanding was that the East India Company is plying the world and could provide us with any sort of food that we wish. It's been centuries since I've even seen one, let alone held one in my hand or had a chance to savor one. And learning that they were readily available has been one of the few high points of the last decade.
Well, you've waited centuries and a decade. You can wait another week. And then she puts like 2 plates in front of you, and then she puts an omelet. A poached egg in front of Dr. Whitford along with toast.
And I shrug and I say, as always, your logic is unimpeachable, Mrs. McGarity, and start shoveling it in.
And you hear the pour of tea for both of you without being asked. She's just gonna do it because she's just horrified. She's just horrified at Lady Ross Carter.
Yeah, I'll go through coffee. 2 or 3 cups of this stuff here. So, but Dr. Whitford, my understanding is that in your investigations of the corpse in the alley, that you found a syringe that you have been, the contents of which you have been unable to identify.
That is true. It is. I did not bring it to breakfast, but it is down in the lab.
Well, I presumed it was in your laboratory. Perhaps once we have finished our morning meal, we could go down and you could inject me with it and see what happens.
You see like a variety of emotions, expressions pass through Dr. Richard's face very quickly.
And then I think
I think, Jack, that I would like to do a little more investigation before I render it uninvestigatable.
I understand completely. Oh, please forgive me if you thought I was questioning your method or your ability to eventually reach an answer. I was hoping that perhaps I might just provide a shortcut for you. But
I
if you wish to
appreciate that.
if you wish to conduct further research, or at some point you encounter some sort of barrier, I'm always curious about these sorts of things.
I appreciate your enthusiasm and will avail myself of it. I simply wish the sample to remain intact a little longer.
Lady Ross Carter, I had the experience of meeting some of the members of the Clubhouse for the Bright and Beautiful. They
Yes.
are an esoteric group of individuals, but I cannot help but feel that were I to present them, I did my best to appear to be an enthusiastic convert, but I am lacking of any sort of resources to contribute to their cause. And I assured them yesterday in our conversations that I was friends with a potential wealthy patron for their organization, and
You didn't
thought that
promise
perhaps
you didn't promise them any money, did you?
I
They'll take you for
promised
house and
I
home.
promised them that I would introduce them to someone with money.
I'm assuming you're meaning me.
And I look around and I look at Dr. Whitford and I look at Mrs. McGarity. You know.
I look at the doctor and I say, what has he gotten me into?
Yes, yes. I was I meant you.
Yeah.
You can play the part of you're perfectly capable of playing the part of a dowager, perhaps a recently widowed, grieving, wealthy woman who has come into a significant inheritance, who's looking for a place to invest it, the, something like that.
So say more. Where did you meet these people?
They are the companions of the young lady who arrived at our door complaining that her friend was dead. This is the body that Dr. Whitford went to examine. It's the Clubhouse for the Bright and Beautiful in Kensington. Dr. Lawrence Klauser, that alienist from
Yes.
Bavaria, is
Yes.
the principal, their object of adoration.
Well, that could prove complicated.
Pray tell.
Dr. Klauser and I have a history.
Oh, that's fantastic.
No, it is not.
What? No, it's an excellent entree into our investigation. Surely you can leverage does he remember you fondly, Lady Ross Carter?
You'll have to ask him that. I sure hope he does not.
Oh, well, but perhaps, like sometimes, and I can say this as someone for whom this burden falls most frequently, sometimes sacrifices are required of us to do the work of Hargrave House, Lady Ross Carter.
Well, perhaps we will be able to speak with them sans the doctor.
Perhaps, but you should be prepared for the possibility that he may be present. Perhaps we could. Um, uh,
You're not about to suggest a disguise, are you? I know
of
that
course not.
seems to be a trick that you try to pull every once in a while.
Of course not. I would with your profile, I cannot imagine I could concoct any sort of subterfuge that would fool him for long. So
Mrs. McGarity will put a stack of toast in front of you, Jack, and go, I cannot believe that you're going to insult a member of the ton with play acting. To suggest such a thing, Jack.
Mrs. McGarity, play acting has a long and venerated tradition here in this city. Since it was simply a hamlet, there have been mummers, there have been actors, there have been minstrels, there have been the, the single greatest playwright in any language was born, lived, and died not in London, but near London, and the principal performances that he has come to be known for happened right here in this very city, Mrs. McGarity.
You are asking the great Lady Ross Carter to rouge herself up and put on some kind of ridiculous costume?
You've
Jack.
got. I did not ask any such thing, but it's clear you've given it some thought, Mrs. McGarity.
Jack, eat your toast.
I think, however, this conversation ends, whenever we decide to break off, we're going to cut hard to somewhere in house and we're putting makeup on me. Like the conversation will end here. And it'll seem like I've won this conversation, but we're going to cut to, and that's what's going to, yeah.
Yep, that's
I
great.
think as Jack begins to stuff his face with toast, I will tell Lady Ross Carter, I believe he has gotten you into something that you will have a delightful time scorning.
Well, we'll see. Jack is convincing, but he doesn't quite have me convinced just yet.
Ding, 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 ding.
Oh, great. The door.
I'm as you know, I walk to the door as I am, doing this, and then, throw it open as I am wont to do.
Well, first you see a billycock hat, kind of like lowered, and then are you relatively tall, Jack, or are you like kind of medium size? What are you?
I am exactly the same size.
I think you said 5'8" or 6
Yeah,
foot something.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, so basically like around your size, but you see the top of a billycock hat like as the person's head is lowered, and then he kind of raises it, and you see a square-jawed face, like a lopsided smile, but it's mean, and it's kind of a stout, squat man wearing a charcoal three-piece suit, and he says, "Ah, begging your pardon for disturbing your breakfast, it seems. Um, just was kind of looking for, let me see here." And he kind of takes out a little notebook from his waistcoat. Let me see here. Let me see. What do we got here? Sorry. A Mildred Larabee. You have a Mildred Larabee around these parts.
We do, but she is not present. I'm happy to pass along any message. Are
Ah.
you uh and I, kind of hold out my he's like holding like a telegram or something like that?
Oh no, he's holding out a notebook that like he was looking for a name.
Got it. Okay. And uh I say she resides here, but she isn't present. Would you like me to pass along a message?
Oh, just looking for her. Yeah. Um, just Yeah, let her know that a Mr. Winslow Taggart's by. Just wanted to kind of give a little talking to for an old friend. Here's my
Were we
card.
aware before this point that it was Mildred?
No, you shouldn't.
Okay.
Nope. But he hands over a card. And yeah, here's my card. And yeah, I'll be staying over at the let me see what the oh yeah, the Langham. Let me just write that down here. The Langham Hotel. Yeah.
There's an H in Langham.
Yeah. They say the H. I would have sworn they didn't, but okay, whichever.
Sorry, I apologize. That wasn't me as Jim saying that to you as Mads. That was me as Jack as he was writing Langham, like on the card. Me saying it to the to the like the character saying it to the character. There's an H there, American.
I think by this point I've kind of crept up and listening around, and I pick up the American accent, and I pop out from behind Jack and I say, "We have some coffee made. I hear you people like that sort of thing."
Oh,
Lady
yeah.
Ross Carter, this is Mr. Winslow Taggart. Uh, he
How do
had a
you
message
do?
that he wanted me to deliver uh, to our friend. Did and
Which friend?
just so that I'm clear, would you like me to include that silly little laugh at the end of it, or simply convey it to her?
You can convey my
That's the one.
laugh. If you so choose, you can if you'd like. You don't have to.
It might help her recognize you.
Who are we talking about?
Uh,
Ms. Larabee.
Who?
Ms. Larabee, who resides here, which I have already told him. But I appreciate your attempted subterfuge, Lady Ross Carter. Uh, Mr. Taggart, if there's nothing else,
Nothing yet. But yeah, if you could just let her know that I'm looking for her, that'd be great. And I am. There's my card. I am at the Langham.
yes.
Thanks.
Well done, sir. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right.
The Queen appreciates it.
Tipping his hat, tipping his billy cock at you, and then like kind of like adjusting his little red bow tie. Yeah, I'll be back. Thanks. And
Uh,
you see on the card is written Winslow Taggart, Pinkerton National Detective Agency.
and I turn to Lady Ross Carter and I say, that is a thoroughly unpleasant gentleman.
I agree, but I think we probably should have gotten a little bit more information out of him. Yes.
We know where he is residing, which means it will be, which means we can get whatever information from him
You've
that
been
we
doing
wish.
this longer, so I will trust your judgment.
He is.
If you're still by the door, then like the morning post will come up, and like the postman will give you a what looks like it's not a elegant invitation, but it is an invitation to an upcoming lecture. Um, yeah, it's addressed to you all at Hargrave House, um, and like the seal or the address on the back is from Sir Richard Harlow. You recognize it
Speaking
from
of invitations, during breakfast, I did convey the tea invitation that I had gotten from, what's her name? Pemberton?
yep, Pemberton Bots.
Jack, you are far too intelligent to have accidentally revealed Rose's residence, but I misunderstand your game. Why did we confirm that she's here?
Because he knows that she's here already. And confirming it tells him that we are not afraid of him, that we have nothing to hide. And given that Ms. Larabee is out and about and not here to tell us exactly what the nature of this inquiry is, it's by confirming that she's here, it put him sufficiently at ease to believe that he had the upper hand.
Thank you for explaining.
I think Lady Ross Carter kind of leans in and goes, "Did he say Mildred?" And she starts to laugh a little bit. Like, Larabee doesn't look like a Mildred. I could tell why she changed her name.
Ooh, Millie.
Do you think she'll be mad if we called her Millie?
I think she'd be furious, because if she wanted us to call her Millie, she would have told us to call her Millie. And I should remind you that she is armed at all times. Lady Ross Carter, we refer to you as Lady Ross Carter because you have told us that that is how you prefer that we refer to you.
Okay. Fear not, Jack.
I shall
She
not.
sits the coffee down.
But yes.
One can imagine retaliatory language without actually enacting it, Jack.
I raise an eyebrow and I say, I respect Lady Ross Carter too much to equivocate with her.
Oh no, I am referring to when Rose tried to call me Ellie.
And so as a player, I'm not remembering that. Okay.
No, I don't believe it happened on screen, but I am certain that Rose's character has tried a variety of
I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. Yes.
Oh, I like that. Yeah, I'm sure Larabee's butchered all of our names.
Sure. And I say, and if I had been present, I would have made sure to remind her that you prefer I would have been sure to remind her that you went through significant hardship to acquire your degree.
Secretly touched.
But she probably still calls you Doc Ellie behind your back.
As long as it's Doc.
Maybe, or it might be just Ellie behind your back. You don't know.
Well,
you don't know.
I don't stand for Ellie. So, like Doc is fine as long as we acknowledge the Doc part of it. So,
right.
But yeah, Sir Richard Harlow. Should I know that name?
Not yet.
I say to Lady Ross Carter.
Well, I mean, like actually you do, but I mean, like you know him distantly as a resource / friend to Hargrave House.
This is and I look it up and I raise an eyebrow and I say, I believe this is one of your acquaintances, Lady Ross Carter, and hand her the invitation.
Thank you. So do I know this person? This is where I'm. Is this from one of our previous?
No, this is
Okay.
this is going to be upcoming, but I wanted to kind of like introduce
Gotcha.
this because, like, yeah, I mean,
Okay.
basically you're being invited to Sir Richard Harlow's talk for the for the Blue Feather Society.
Blue Feather.
For a private salon where he's going to speak about his latest findings on the other crowd. Like he's a very eccentric but well-regarded scholar of folklore, especially Fae. So, and you're being invited to a talk that he's going to be holding in a few days. So.
Excellent. Is there a +1 or is it just for me?
No, the invitation is in general to Hargrave House.
Excellent. I say, Jack, Dr. Whitford, this Richard Harlow's quite the uh, presenter, showman. Uh, he does really good research. I've seen him talk a few times. He's quite good. I think we should all make it out there if possible.
He is well regarded. I would be delighted to accompany you.
And with some of the more recent oddities, he may show up to be helpful. I think I take the envelope and I imagine, like, is there a place maybe like in the study where important mail is sat, or perhaps even just sit it on the mantle of the fireplace, or
Yeah,
somewhere where we can like always
sure.
see it, so we don't forget,
A
because
board.
honestly we there's a cork board. Yeah.
Seriously, right? Like a
Yeah.
board, like, put a pin in it, literally. I
Uh-huh.
mean, like, that's what you
That's
guys
where
do.
it came from. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, they can totally do that. So this way it's like, where everybody can be reminded, hey, you guys are doing this in a few days. So there you go. All right. But yeah, you have Taggart's card, and yeah. Um, we're going to get into it a little bit, but I mean, like, not obviously fully. So what I would like to know is, what would you guys like to do? Looking at the threats as they are so far, you currently have Figs Pigs. You've answered one question, but you have two more to go. Excuse me. Um, what type of victim does Obert Fig prefer? What did La Hortensia Fig lose that she's trying to recapture or remember? Both of them are complexity 2. Um, and then the Order of Azure Eyes, you need to answer the first question, the threshold question. Is the Order of Azure Eyes real? Also a complexity 2, which unlocks the next appropriate question depending on how you answer. All right, so, yeah, and you can only answer a question during dusk phase. So, what would you like to do for day phase?
I like the idea of Jack dressing me up to covertly have me infiltrate this society.
Yeah, yeah. That she's a wealthy lady that I've got on the, whatever that I've hooked and I'm gonna bring into. Um,
So is the idea that you are pulling a con on me and I'm acting like I'm a mark, or do you just actually know a rich person?
I know a rich person, and that rich person is you.
Right. No, but I'm asking, like,
Sorry.
have you told these people that you've got a
Yes,
mark?
yeah. Like the
That's what I'm
whole
asking.
point, like the whole reason that they're gonna like that they're eagerly expecting me to arrive today is that I'm gonna show up with someone who possibly can help bankroll their weird cult that they have. So yeah.
To whom was the invitation? Because we have an invitation to the order that was to Lady Ross Carter, or to whom?
I mean, I don't know if there was like an invitation
Oh, I
to.
thought something came to the mail.
That was
What is
the invitation to Sir Richard Harlow's talk.
okay?
Yeah.
So the
Um.
clue handwritten invitation to join the order is the one that I'm asking about.
Oh, that one was created because that
Okay.
was not
Oh,
that
okay.
was not a clue that
I see.
is in the list.
Okay.
Um,
I was simply wondering if they were expecting a Lady Ross Carter and had sent her an invitation, or some more open-ended one.
I
But if
don't
Jack brought
remember.
it back,
Yeah, yeah.
I'm of mixed minds because I'd like to go root around Figs Pigs, but I also have no desire to solo go to the shop.
I
It's
was gonna
during the
say
day.
she doesn't want to live dangerously, although it has been dangerous during the day. I've experienced it dangerous during the day, so it can happen anytime, really.
Why not? I have no conditions, I believe. It'll be
Yeah,
fine.
it'll be great. It'll be
It'll
great.
be great.
It'll be
Okay.
great. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, if you want to go and check out the shop, which is again still closed, still under the ruse that they're on vacation or just whatever,
And did we establish the shop is also where they live? Or
Yes.
do they? Okay,
Yeah.
that's what I thought.
Yeah, their living quarters are up above, and they do the shop part on the ground floor.
Can you actually, can you, oh no, like your assistants, your grave robbers, they can accompany you, but at night, right? Okay. Yeah,
Yeah, that's definitely a night choice for sure.
got it.
Yep.
I'll be fine.
All right. So, what would people like to do for the remainder of day phase in their investigations or shenanigans?
Well, Jack is going to help me get all disguised up, and we're
Yep.
going to go to this little gathering of
Go to the
his.
club. Yeah.
The clubhouse of the bright and beautiful.
Okay.
I'm not sure which I should have more company for, syringe investigation or Figs Pigs, but I think I'll start with Figs Pigs and head off to their living quarters. I will, however, endeavor to stick around to see at least a little bit of the disguise.
Let's see what this disguise thing looks like. Since we have cut from breakfast to, like Mrs. McGarrity's, like, very intense outrage, and then cutting over to what the hell are you doing to Lady Ross Carter, Jack?
Oh, we're putting her in a sackcloth dress as if she is in mourning, and we're giving her a bonnet and a veil.
And I think before anything, we see Jack and we see Lady Ross Carter from behind. So we don't actually
Yes.
see her face.
Yeah.
And we have Jack kind of coming through, and eventually the camera's going to swing around and the veil is over my face. And there's a mirror now in front of me, and I lift it up, and he's painted my face in a way that I've never been painted before. It makes me look younger, but not a convincing younger. It's the kind of younger makeup some younger person would make them look older. Does that make sense? Like it's this
Yeah.
really caked in. So
Like very rouged cheeks,
Oh,
I think is one of the things that's
don't let Mrs. McGarrity see you is basically the
I'm
point.
I'm really
That's
worried about this coming
hence
off.
hence the veil,
Yeah.
so that when
Yeah.
we go downstairs, Mrs. McGarrity doesn't have to witness any of this.
Yeah, exactly. Goodness.
And
Very kind.
and I have gone through, I've kind of, whatever, like let myself into one of the unoccupied rooms and, and found a previous member of Hargrave House far more fashionable than I, and managed to put together something that looks, like a reasonably decent suit of clothes.
And what is your
Or maybe actually, I should ask, Lady Ross Carter, do you keep do any of your wrestlers visit Hargrave House? Do we have is there, like if they need a
Yeah.
wardrobe, do we have any?
I mean, we could
Just put
have
me in one of their suits.
well, so you've seen what they wear, right? Which is very little
I
at
mean,
all.
not in the street.
Well, I mean, I don't dictate what they wear when they're out in the street.
All right. Okay. All right.
I care less for that.
Okay. I kind of want to continue the idea with, like, anytime Jack needs to dress formally, it is in borrowed clothes.
Gotcha.
So yeah. So whatever. So yeah. So like I find I bust open a trunk. I'm like, oh, this'll do, and I throw on my, suit that's probably 20 years out of date. And I uh, I find some, maybe like some glasses somewhere or something like that. Hook them over my ears, so I look a little more erudite. And I offer the crook of my elbow to Lady Ross Carter. And I say, "Shall we to the club, madam?"
I hope you know what you're doing.
Dr. Whitford, do you have any parting remarks?
No, I don't. Just faces. Maybe a
Okay, that's fine.
Whistle for a cab.
Yeah.
And actually, don't you actually have like a driver, Lady Rouse Carter? Have
Well,
we established that, or
we have not by
okay.
name. Now there is the guy at the Royal Explorers Club, but
He allows for
he's
two night faces.
he's a special thing.
Yeah.
Got it.
I mean,
Okay, yeah. So whatever. So
Well,
just whistle for a cab then. Yeah, that's fine.
Well, can I ask? Can we still use him either way? He just won't get the just not mechanically speaking.
Let me see. Let me just look at your
Yeah.
playbook a little bit.
Or does he only make runs to the Explorers?
His name is Gareth Kellogg.
Yeah, I mean he's a special basically through the Explorer. But let me just take a little look see here.
I don't necessarily know if we have a prohibition on using him just as narrative taxi.
Well, he's not a member of the REC, but a
Right.
handsome cab driver the club has on permanent retainer. When engaged, spends an entire night whisking the hunters to and fro, picking them up, dropping them off as needed, and in night phase.
I mean, it does say picking him up and moving, or
yeah, if you're listing with Garrett's help, if you do so, immediately play another night phase. Huh. Okay. Interesting. Okay, so basically, the use of him allows you for another night phase, is what happens.
right.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But we're not doing that. We're just looking for a ride.
A cab is fine.
Yeah.
I imagine there's some cabs. One of us is a relatively decent tipper. There's some people who hang out near Hargrave House.
Oh, sure. Yeah. It is fine. So basically, you're on your way to head over to the Clubhouse.
Yes, and I will make sure that Lady Ross Carter understands that when we exit the cab, an ostentatious display of a oh, that's fantastic.
Oh my gosh.
That ostentatiously offering a significant gratuity will be to the cab driver in front of whomever is there at the club will be a good way to establish our bona fides.
Okay.
Excellent.
Yep. Real quick, I'm just gonna cut over to the shop. Give me a second. I think we established a lot of stuff with the shop already due to Jack and Rose's rooting around in there already, but I think you're able to get in no problems, Dr. Whitford. I mean the authorities have already let you know it's it's still closed down. You can sort of work with them a little bit and have them let you in, and then if you want they could kind of leave an escort outside just to surreptitious escort, but I mean they don't have to hang around if you don't want them to, and you can go in and investigate.
I think I'm a little spooked by this place and would love someone to hang around outside within earshot.
Maybe you've already talked to Jack and Rose, and they've told you about what's in the basement as well as what's downstairs, in the ground floor and such. So they've described the kitchen and
I'm
stuff.
looking for wherever Hortensia would be when she is not, dressing room, bedroom.
It would be upstairs. So
upstairs. I would like to go upstairs and poke around upstairs.
So you would go to the first floor flat. Yep. Pigs. Upstairs flat. Comfy beds, delicate cream-colored wallpaper, the smell of lemon and mint. Paint the scene. The Figs were a loving family. Looking around, how do you know this? That's a paint the scene for everyone, by the way. Sorry.
I think there's obvious evidence of a room in which they all spent. There's a collective room that they all spend time in that is well worn and has like chairs clearly tailored to individuals.
I think every few inches on the walls there's a picture, either of the rare occasion where it was actually a photograph, but if not a photograph, there's actually like paintings of each other. Perhaps they've hung uh, the young fig's artwork on the wall, et cetera, et cetera.
The various like cleavers, bone saws, like big carving knives and stuff, all have like clearly like hand carved handles with the names of the fig that they belong to, lovingly carved into the handles. uh you know and it's not just like it's like Papa, Mama, and like there's like nicknames and stuff like that, like but each of these implements is clearly gifted by one to another.
Yeah, I think to kind of build on that, you've got let me see. Um, yeah, Papa, Mama, Obi, and I don't know, Pat, like Patty or something like that. Um, but yeah, this is what you see on the like all around the room and such.
Junior.
Actually, it's like there wouldn't be a junior because it's like Titus Fig.
Oh,
So
okay, sure. Yeah, all right.
yeah, but yeah,
Maybe there was a junior.
where would you like to start looking, Dr. Whitford?
I would start looking for Hortensia's stuff, basically, wherever it looks like she spends the most time, and or her dressing room corner.
I mean, you could start with the group of chairs, like the cozy chairs. Um,
Yes, let's start with that.
yeah. So I mean, like there's like little, not bins, but there's like little what am I trying to say? Containers next to each one, like something that they might be like engaged with. There may have been like some sharpening materials by Obies, and like maybe like finger puzzles or something like that next to like Patrick's. And then like with Hortensia's, like there's a bunch of different things that are jumbled up in the container. So you're welcome to look through those and around her chair. So it's basically
I
like a three
am
little bear, like excuse me, a three bears kind of situation, right? Like you can kind of tell like whose chair belongs to whose.
right. Yeah, let's dump Hortensia's basket about and poke through. I
Okay.
am thinking about the what she's missing lyric or
Okay. In which case, physical dice or witch dice, I don't care which. But anyway, that would be 2d6 with your reason because you're figuring this stuff out. So, yeah.
6.
Great start. Great start. So good. Uh, okay. So, I think as you're rooting around, you hear some sounds. You hear some sounds like, off in, like behind, like one of the other walls. Like maybe, off to the side. So, you know, maybe you look up and you hear some kind of like noise in further along in one of the other rooms. And maybe as you approach, you see someone. She is a very tall woman, and she's wearing a high-necked dress. But you notice that one of the arms does not look right for some reason. And in the other hand, you see that she is clutching something that looks like a very sharp implement. And she's kind of like giving you that look underneath her eyebrows, like, giving you a very strange smile, Dr. Whitford.
What are you doing in my house?
Mrs. Fitz,
Yes,
I presume.
yes.
And as she says these things, she's taking a step towards you, closer.
Oh no.
And you see what she has in her hand looks like a very, very sharp knife.
I repeat, what are you doing in my house?
That smile doesn't leave her face.
Oh.
And I think when she has you backed up, like, over by her chair, and it's like,
Oh. Cat got your tongue? Oh. Never mind. I think someone else might.
and then she uses the knife to slash at something on the wall, and it looks like a pulley of some sort. And you realize it's to a trap door that drops out from underneath you that has you slide all the way down to the basement. And at the bottom of the slide, you see another grinning face with a passing resemblance to La Hortensia, covered over in somewhat greasy, tendrilled hair. And he says,
Welcome. I'm Obert. Ready to play?
Not even a little bit.
so we could kind of run with this if you'd like to try and figure a way out of this, or you could use a mask.
I'm going to use a mask.
Okay.
729. You succeed in finding something, and that doesn't happen. Let's see what you find first. Let me see what I've given you. I can't remember what kind of clues are left, or what I've given you guys so far. Let's see. Let's see. Okay. Oh, and don't forget, there's a to be determined gym clue. So yeah, whatever the heck that's supposed to be. Okay, I think in her bundle of jumble of stuff in this container by her chair, it's like an eclectic bunch of things. Like maybe like you see some knitting needles, like kind of like but one of them is broken. You see like kind of like the one of the daily fashion magazines, like it's like an old volume of it. You see like other knickknacks and stuff like that, like little carvings and stuff there, and maybe even like animal bones. That's like, okay, this is weird. But what you do find at the very, very bottom in a little leather bag, you unfold a carefully folded bundle of long blonde hair. And it's like white blonde, like as if it's very young blonde hair. But it's not like thick hank of it. It's more like the kind that you would keep as a keepsake, basically. So a carefully folded bundle of long blonde hair is the clue. as you're seeing this and you're unfolding it, you will hear a like a bit of a shuffle, like in another room, as if somebody else is here, but trying not to be heard. So we're going to cut over to Lady Ross Carter and Jack. You're dropped off at the outside of the salon, where the Clubhouse and the Bright and Beautiful meet.
I tip the cab driver handsomely.
And with a surprised look, he's just like very grateful to you. Oh, thank you so much, Mom. Oh, this will be wonderful.
I say nothing, but I just give a wave. I've got the veil over my face.
As you approach the door to the salon, you just get that carrying scent of tobacco and perfume again, Jack. Like what you smelled like the last time you were here. And you hear like a piano, a grand piano being played, and it's slightly out of, like the piano itself is slightly out of tune. Like the playing is fine, but I mean the grand piano itself is slightly out of tune.
Yeah, I mean, my recollection is the whole place felt a little shabby when we were here before.
Oh, yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
So, I will, walk up and, like knock, 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 knock on the door there.
I think as you knock, 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 like in the middle of that, like, the door's thrown open, and then like, the wafting of the smoke is just like, you have to wave it off, because Eugene Paulson has come to the door and just like, oh, it's you.
Master Paulson, I am
yes.
here. I'm here with my lady companion, who we spoke of yesterday. Lady Ross Carter, this is the Honorable Eugene Paulson. He is the organizer of this salon.
Oh, thank you so much. Absolutely. And then like, he'll totally do a flourish bow like over your hand, and then kiss it like, with all the genuflection that he can muster. Like it's a bow and a curtsy all at the same time, and his flowing robes are just like kind of like billowing around him as he says, please, 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 come. Making you as welcome as possible. Would you like a smoke? I have many. Or maybe I don't. I'm not, okay. Jack, I think you said, smoke?
Oh, don't mind if I do. Thank you.
Yes. Here, please. And then like he'll click open his cigarette case, and then like he'll offer you a smoke, and then give you a light, and you can amicably smoke, together while please find comfortable seating. It's like there's like the chaise lounges, there's the little love seats, like kind of haphazardly like set about. I mean, like they haven't set up for like anybody's lecture or anybody's group talk yet or anything like that. So yes, please. And then he kind of like just contemplates you as he leans against his table, desk, whatever the heck it is. So, are you here, milady, to help us and fund our wonderful work, and possibly maybe speak yourself? I mean, we've had all sorts of eclectic speakers here, and everyone sharing their unique perspectives. Yes.
This whole time while he's talking, Ross Carter slowly kind of circling the room, looking at all the different chairs, not looking at him, just kind of looking around. And she finds one. She takes her little handkerchief out and lays it on the couch and sits down on that.
Excellent.
As she sits down, she right about the time when he stops talking, she looks up at him and she goes, "I'm sorry, were you talking to me?" You don't have to repeat all of that, but she's just kind of setting it up like, okay, now that I'm settled, you may begin. Go ahead.
He looks a little nonplussed and kind of looks at Jack.
Yes, yes. Sorry. I do apologize. Um,
Mr. Paulson, perhaps
yes.
you could direct me to a teapot and I will prepare later on. I will prepare the lady's tea in exactly the manner that she prefers it.
Yes, yes, yes. Oh, sorry. I feel like I've been here for hours and yet I haven't been here at all. There it is, off to the sideboard. Yes. And then he'll like indicate
So,
off to the side.
so Jack was telling me a little bit about your operation and situation, and I want to hear it from you. Tell me what it is you need, and how may I help you?
Oh, I, I mean, in general, I host this salon as you see it here, and we usually have interesting, again, eclectic topics, and we have speakers, and we've been discussing current hypnotherapeutic methods under current speaker, Dr. Lawrence Klauser.
Hmm.
And I'm sorry, it would be less. I would be less worried if it wasn't for
Have you not done this very much? The whole fundraising, asking donors for money. You seem very nervous.
I, I do apologize, milady. We had some very disturbing news
Hmm.
recently.
Disturbing enough to throw you off your game, such?
Yes, one of our members was found dead.
Oh, that's disturbing. Uh, is it safe here, or should I
It,
be afraid?
it is safe. I, he was found near his quarters by the in the
Hmm.
alley near his.
This is way too much information for me. Here's what I want to know.
Yes.
If I give you money, because I'm assuming that's why you've brought me here, what do I get in return?
Um. Oh. Oh. Well.
Are we talking a percentage on a loan, or are you going to be in my service to some degree?
We can. Uh, Normally, it's like we are just again a group of interested parties that meet and talk about certain things. We just happen to be under the auspices of Dr. Klauser at the moment, and
So it sounds to me like you only have Dr. Klauser speak. Is that true?
that that is true. Yes,
Hmm. It's not a very diverse array of presenters now, is it?
we used to, we used to, um,
Hmm.
but
Used
we
to is such a sad state of affairs, isn't it? Is it not?
it is yes, we we were very we found his methods very useful and effective. Uh, we rid ourselves of pain and regret, and some of us had found the ability to go beyond their limitations. But
Oh, enough of this blather. Come, have a seat. Sit down in front of me.
And he does, and he just kind of like flounces his robes like around himself as if he had like a big
Yeah.
skirt.
No,
But he's
no,
like,
no. I mean on the floor in front of me.
oh, okay. And he just like kind of chain smokes as he kind of like shuffles his butt on the floor in front of you. Like he's just like so distracted he doesn't even
Yeah.
care.
So he's sitting in front of me, and I kind of sit up a little bit. I don't lift the veil yet. I don't want to scare anyone. Uh, and I want to ask him some questions. I would like to try to trigger an investigate move. I want to figure out why he's so nervous.
Yeah.
Now, I know cigarette smoke can cause some nerves, but not this much.
Yeah. So go ahead and make an info move with You can totally use presence.
It's presence for sure.
Yeah.
Just the way I'm
Intimidation.
kind of, yeah.
For sure.
Let's see. I should have looked at this earlier. I'm gonna use my handkerchief. I feel like I've not only got my veil, I've got a handkerchief, and perhaps I'm, twisting it and just kind of every time he moves, I make a move with it. So I'm gonna mark my handkerchief here for advantage.
Okay. Go for it.
I'm glad I did that. I got an 11.
So you're trying to find out why he's so nervous, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Something's got him spooked more than just regular nerves about meeting a donor.
Yeah, for sure. Let's see. Counterintuitively, I think your intimidation is giving him structure, right? And so what you're doing is like, even while he's chain smoking, like, in the face of your it's not even stoicism. What is it? Your sternness, I guess.
Yeah.
It kind of gives him framework to kind of like calm the hell down, and like he kind of like less frequently, like starts to like smoke less, and then he will like recount as he's thinking about it and like trying to answer your questions. He'll tell you, Dr. Klauser doesn't know, but I found a folder, and it seemed like he was keeping notes on all of us, as if we were his patients. And he was describing how little or how much progress each of them, the rest of the members, had made, and who might be ready to convene with the lady. And you can hear the air quotes around convene with the lady, specifically, because he says it with such dread.
How many of you are there? How many folders are we talking about here?
It was one folder, but the notes were copious. It was in his writing, but cramped, as if he was trying to write very hurriedly, and or to give it to someone.
That sounds like Dr. Klauser. And
But
right as I say that, I kind of catch myself that
I think he's too distracted to notice.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if Jack notices, but I mean, like,
The
basically,
audience notices.
yeah. And I think, like Eugene is like very like tense about it, like he's just kind of like holding in the memory in his head, and I wasn't supposed to see, and I was trying to make sure that I didn't look like I'd seen anything, because his I don't know what she is, assistant, bodyguard. I'm not certain. There is a person. I think it's they say she's a boxing champion from back in Germany, and I've seen her work. I did not want to be known to have spied in any way on Dr. Klauser.
The idea of a boxing champion has kind of sparked some excitement in Ross Carter. She leans forward and she says, "Say more about this boxing champion."
Yeah, wherever Dr. Klauser goes, I think her name is Erica. She's not very far behind, and she's been known to take care of anyone who crosses Dr. Klauser, or
she's been known to show in a patient or two, if you catch my drift.
yes, and trying not to call attention to oneself is probably the best policy. Yes.
Excellent. Very well. So how much is it you're looking for this new run of lectures? What will get it up off the ground?
I think your generosity is incredibly appreciated.
Oh, I haven't given you anything yet. I'm still trying to figure out the details.
I mean, if we were to have a varied series of new speakers, that could be several £100. It depends on the level of erudite knowledge that we are interested in hearing. Unfortunately, most of our members seem to be still enraptured by Dr. Klaus's teachings.
Well, I don't go small when I try to start a new venture. I usually go big. We will get magicians and lecturers and scholars, perhaps even a Shakespeare play or two.
Oh my. That would be incredibly
I
enthralling.
stand up and I'm walking around and I'm like now like pointing at things. It's like, yeah, we may have to take out a wall or two to really be able to bring in a bigger audience. What do you think about that, Jack? Should we take down this wall?
So as this conversation between the two of them has gone on, um, Jack, like under the guise of going over to the teapot, walks over to the sideboard, kind of stands there, and then just kind of lays his hands on the sideboard, sort of runs them along, um, finds a seam of the wallpaper, just sort of traces it up with a finger, looks at it, and then just kind of like squints at the pattern of the wallpaper and kind of sort of lets himself kind of fall into it. And I am going to use the Old Bones move
Okie dokie.
because I have the Cosmic Passage marked, and I just love being able to find a ghost everywhere I go too. This is just really fun. So,
Okay, sure.
when I touch, listen to, or otherwise attune to a building's architectural details, I can roll sensitivity, and on a hit, a ghost will appear and answer a single question I pose to it. So,
Okay, great. Go for it.
So let's see. So let me bop on over here. 2, 2, 3. I don't feel like at a +3. I don't feel like I need to add anything to that. So
There you go.
that's a 12.
That's a 12. All right. There's no extra things for a 12, yeah?
It says on a hit, a ghost will appear and answer a single question you pose. On a 10 plus, as above, and the ghost will not ask for anything in return.
Okay.
So I don't have to do it a favor to get information to get it to answer a question for me.
Perfect. Okay. So with the 12, though, I will give you something special
Sure.
for that.
Yeah.
So anyway, let's see. What kind of ghost appears in this particular place? This is Eugene Paulson's house, actually. Let me see.
Yeah, I mean, is it the like I was kind of hoping it might be the ghost of the guy that got killed in the alley. I could actually ask him a question, but that could also be too on the nose.
Yeah, I think if like you, I mean, like not to give behind the scenes, but I think it would probably be closer if you had been at the inn near his quarters, like where he actually lived.
I thought, okay, sure. Okay.
Yeah, this is actually the salon where the clubhouse meets. But
I thought, oh, okay, you know what? Then that's me as a player misunderstanding when he said that she found him outside. I thought it was outside of here.
no,
And not okay. All right. There we go. That makes more sense then. Then what's our shabby ghost that I see?
Yeah, I think it is. You see, kind of like a materialization of this ghost who has a passing resemblance to Eugene. Okay, but a little bit more put together, but still kind of dandy looking, like of a different period. You would know these kind of fashions because maybe you've seen them in passing and such, and kind of like harumphs and kind of shakes himself, and then will kind of stand next to you and then just kind of look and say, and because Eugene is still on the floor and just kind of like shuffling on his butt, watching Lady Ross Carter, say she's going to do this, that, and the other thing with the house, and then the ghost will go to you, Jack, and say,
I love the idea that she's holding his attention while I talk to a ghost behind them.
Exactly. I
Yeah.
mean, and basically the ghost is kind of like leaning into you and saying, "Is she actually going to wreck the house?" As his incorporeal eyes are blinking at you, Jack.
And I say no. Her plan is to improve it, to make it a better venue for the events that happen here. Are you are you the original owner, sir?
Yes, yes. Great grandfather of, well, that young man. Hmm.
Uh, uh, have you been witness to any of these lectures by Dr. Clauser?
Oh, a doctor. Is that what they call him? Hmm. Interesting. Hmm. In
I
my
take it
day,
I take it he
in
hasn't made a favorable impression on you, sir.
not on me, no. In my day, doctors would, well, take care of injuries and bones, or poke and prod you and tell you that you just need to take this kind of medicine or that kind of tonic, and you'd be right as rain in the morning. So, but
I'm
yes,
sure, as someone with the run of the place, you may have seen him when he thought the others weren't observing him. Did you ever notice him do anything that he probably wouldn't want them to see? And that's my question. That I'm like my official question I get to ask.
Got it.
and like he'll ask, it's like, you're talking about my great grandson, or you're talking about this doctor he's talking about?
Clauser.
He'll look like he's ribbing you like with his elbow, but of course he's not corporeal, and he'll say, "Yes, I've definitely seen some things. Of course, I don't think he'll. I don't think he would. My great grandson would think too much of this doctor if he knew exactly how much he was examining someone in the back room."
uh, right tell who? Uh,
And I think it like he'll just
or is the clue just he
the
was carrying on with someone?
yeah, I mean the
Okay.
clue is Dr. Clauser was seen carrying on with um like a side character. You know, you can name that whomever you want. But yeah.
I've phrased that as Dr. Clauser was seen carrying on with a club member.
Yeah, that's fine.
Excellent.
Perfect.
All right.
Yeah, and again, you can totally recontextualize if you want.
Yep.
But yeah, he's going to just kind of like give you that ribald eye and just kind of be like, yeah, he wouldn't be so impressed if he actually knew.
And I say, well, um, uh, my companion and I are here to see if we cannot hasten his fall. And I I thank you for I thank you for your service, sir, and I wish you many years of continuing to enjoy your home. I'll do my best to see to it that the lady doesn't knock down anything essential.
And he just kind of gives you that he was about to say something, and then he just gives you this relieved look as like kind of trying to clap you on the back, like thank you so
Mm-hmm.
much, you're a peach, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of look, and then he'll just kind of like wave, and then he'll vanish. Yeah. So
And that's the point when Lady Ross Carter's question hits me. And I turn, and I've got the tea ready to go.
yep.
And I kind of walk over, and I'm sorry, Clint, remind me exactly what you asked me.
I asked you if we remove this wall, would it make enough space for a bigger crowd?
And I pause and I squint at it, and I say, I believe that for our initial series of lectures, we should make them more intimate. There'll be plenty of time. Once the wall is removed, it can't be put back easily. And I, you know, and I put the tea in front of Lady Carter, down in front of Lady Ross Carter, and I put like 5 sugar cubes into it. Just the way you like it, ma'am, I say as I'm dropping them in there and stirring them in.
And
And
she said,
then,
she says, well, at least you didn't say it would be more cozy. You know how much I hate that word.
cozy, vile.
Yes. Yeah. I think I'm gonna keep like kind of surveying the room. Are there things on the walls? Is there art on the wall, or is there?
I mean, yeah, there's like a bunch of different things hanging on the wall. Like it's mostly just kind of general artwork, like
Okay.
a bunch of frames, like with like little paintings, like just to kind of have them on the wall and such. And of course, like all the strewn furniture in this big, huge salon room. And
Yeah.
and Eugene is still on the floor, just kind of like, again, turning on his butt, like kind of watching you. His robes are just kind of twisting around him, like, as
Because
he's
yeah,
bothering
I'm
you
just kind of
against.
like walking around, like spouting out all the things I would change in order to get this room even ready for such a adventure.
Yeah. I mean, he's just kind of like watching you and just kind of like again, like not as chain smoking as he was before, but he's still
Mhm.
kind of nervously like smoking just to kind of like watch you around the room.
And like all of a sudden, I stop and I turn right back around and I look him dead in the eye. He still doesn't see my face, but I say, "Is there anyone else in this house?"
Uh no, this it just me. Uh,
And I look
well,
over at Jack and I say, maybe I take a step closer to Jack and I whisper, "You said something about a cult of people. Where are these people?
Uh, and I grin
Do they
and
only come out at night or
I
something?"
grin and I turn uh, uh, Mr. Paulson, uh, and I said, Master Paulson, Lady Ross Carter was hoping that she could meet with the other members of the club. When is your next meeting planned for?
Yes, let me look at the appointment book of when Dr. Clauser was going to come back and speak. Uh, and the book will um, jump up, and then he will take his flouncing robes and then, like, go over to his desk and, like, flip through his calendar book. Yes. Looks like it, tonight. Tonight, yes.
Well, there you
Apologies.
have it.
Yes.
How fortuitous.
Excellent. Well, perhaps we should come back tonight, Jack. What do you think?
Indeed, indeed, my lady. Yes, I think that is a capital idea. And I walk over to Paulson and I, do that thing where I like grab his hand and I'm pumping it up and down. Eugene, I cannot thank you enough for the hospitality that you have shown us, and we will be back this evening.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Absolutely. Ah, we'd be glad to see you.
Uh, and I nod, clap him on the shoulder.
And of course, he's going to
Yes.
bow, like bow, genuflect, and do all the flourishing over your hand,
Mhm.
Lady Ross Carter, and then, like, he will show you out again with like all this bowing and scraping that he will do. Absolutely.
Yeah. And in the cab on the way back to Hargrave House, I will inform Lady Ross Carter that I spoke with his great grandfather, and he told me about. And I'm curious about her reaction when I tell her about Clauser carrying on with one of the club members.
I think you get to that point of the story, uh, and before you really get into the details, I stop you and I say, I really appreciate and am impressed with your ability to talk to buildings. It's very quite interesting. Anyway, um, I will have to say I am not surprised at all. This is a doctor who his ethics, you would say, are in a loose. Probably would uh, not keep many patients around for very long.
Well, this evening we should have the opportunity to catch him out, I hope.
Well, I got all dressed up, and I hope it wasn't just for that guy.
uh, a, 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 a performance worthy of the globe, I must say.
Yes, you must.
I can't help but notice your interest in when he mentioned that the doctor had a pugilist in his employ.
It's a an interesting uh instrument, if you will, for a doctor to have carrying around with him.
My understanding was that your collection was more Greco-Roman in nature.
There are a lot of similarities. I prefer wrestling, but boxing, I hear it's the new up and coming sport. Some people say that wrestling is kind of on a downward slope. I sure hope not, but I'm going to keep my eye on boxing.
Hmm. It's been my experience that it is far too easy to influence the outcome of a bout of fisticuffs, and that wrestling has a, an honor to it that is difficult to fake.
Well, that may be true, but that does spice up the game, does it not?
I'll have to take your word for it.
We cut over to Dr. Whitford. Dr. Whitford, you heard some noises coming from the other room.
I'm leaving.
Okay. Alrighty.
I will inform the constable outside that I believe there is someone on the premises.
I think you haven't quite made it outside yet. You know,
Ah,
as you hear like this, the scratching and scraping of something behind you.
I would like to leave.
I mean, do you turn around at all, or do you just kind of like race down the steps or whatever?
Oh, I should probably check and see if I'm imminent danger. I will peek.
So I think what happens is like you peek around the corner, and then you look into essentially what looks like to be bedroom. And as you peek around the bedroom, I think you hear like the shuffling or the scraping or what have you coming from like what looks like a set of clothes hanging like off to the side. And you know like we kind of see the camera kind of like get closer and closer to it, and maybe like your eye is drawn to it and what have you. And you know as your eye's drawn to it, all of a sudden it's like you see like a rat like leap out of the shirt, and then like will run down and then like go across your feet. How do you react?
I will attempt to kick it, but other than that, oh, rats.
How do you feel about, about like being surprised by a rat?
I will not tell anyone about this. I think I am a little jumpier than I would like to admit.
Would you say that you are anxious or nervous?
Anxious.
Okay, that is your condition. And I think, yeah, I'm like, the rat has disappeared and like, run down the stairs. But I think just before you go down the stairs, like you're looking like through the window, and then you're looking down onto the street, and you may spot like what looks like people are passing by and all this kind of stuff. But there looks to be like a little kid, um, that kind of looks up at the house, and like first he's looking at the shop, then he's looking up at the house kind of wistfully, and then he kind of starts as if he sort of sees you. Like maybe you're a little bit further away from the window, but it looks like he sees something. So like he starts and he's kind of like he kind of tries to take a closer look, but then he kind of shakes his head. But he keeps an eye. He keeps a side eye on the house as he moves on. But yeah, it looks like a street urchin that's kind of like keeping a beady eye on the house that you spot from the window. All right. And now you can go down and tell the constable. It's like, whatever you want to tell the constable.
If I've discovered that the noises were rats, I will be telling the constable nothing other than thank you.
Okay. Yeah, that was just rats. Okay. So we are at the end of the day phase right now. So let's take a look at what we've got so far before we kind of consider like what we'd like to do next. All right. So for Figs Pigs, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 clues on the board. Again, for 2 questions of 2 complexity each. Okay. And then for Order of Azure Eyes, again, for 2 complexity, you got 5 clues. So, yeah, I mean, like, just as a consideration, I mean, you can conceivably figure out something else if you want to answer another question for Dusk Phase, all right? So if that's something that you want to think about coming up for that particular thing. Let me see. I mean, unless somebody's got, like, some theory, like some like ready to go theories. It's like, maybe you want to wait until next time to start Dusk Phase and start working on like answering a question. That's perfectly fine. Let me see what else.
Actually, yeah, if we hold the Dusk Phase till next time, that gives Mike the opportunity to participate in it as well.
Absolutely. But while we're thinking about this, you've just gone through a day phase, so take a look at your elective dawn questions and then just mark off if you've done any role playing that meets those criteria, just so you can have it ready for when we do dawn phase eventually. Okay.
Yep.
Eventually again. Okay. So again, come into consideration, look at the possible questions that you want to answer for dusk. And then we'll hopefully reconvene for next time and think about what you want to do for the start of the top of Dusk Phase for sure. Okay, so we're going to close out day.
I definitely have my eye on answering about Hortensia if no one else.
Sure. Okay.
Feel strong.
All right, great. No, that's awesome. Like, like if you have an idea, like, might as well put it out there, right? And Jack, I do owe you, I want to give you something special for the 12 that you got on Old Bones, but I want to think about that for a bit. Okay?
Sure.
So.
Oh, and the Order of Azure Eyes is such a scam. So they're so full of crap.
I was leaning that way too. I was like, none of this feels right.
That syringe is 100% like, a mix of like laudanum and cocaine.
Oh my gosh, amazing.
That Klauser is, hoodwinking these people to feed his habit or something like that. But yeah, no, this is
we're drugging them. Who knows?
Huge scam. Yes, yeah.
That's awesome. Okay.
Yeah.
Alrighty, cool. So, given that, like, we'll start Dusk Phase the next time, and we'll I'll get further into it with the next threat with Rose and the Pinkerton, because we'll have the American back, and then I can definitely definitely introduce it for reals next time.
Yeah. The more you read about cults, the more you realize dudes start them for one purpose.
Sure.
And one purpose only.
Oh, of course.
So that's yeah,
absolutely, for sure. So I love this. I love this so much. Okay, great. So let's go ahead and go into some stars and wishes. So you know how this works. Stars are things that you liked about the gameplay, role play each other for the session, and of course, wishes are what you'd like to see for next time or the future. I think I starred. What was it? I can't remember who said this, but Slab in the Lab. I love that so much. I starred that. I forgot to just do it in the moment. So that was beautiful. Whoever said that was great. I'll have to see on the rewatch. And then, just the shenanigans with actually wanting to dress up Lady Ross Carter. So that was funny and also a fun idea. And then just you being imperiously sweeping through the room and then just not taking in anything that Eugene was trying to say until you were comfortable was excellent, Clint. So that was great role play. And then Dr. Whitford, I give you kudos for being brave and then at least like trying to go it alone. Um, but of course, your role was just not having it, and I love that for you. So we at least got to see something dangerous ahead of time. Sorry, I just get the jollies from seeing like, how bad can it get? This is how bad, and then we can make it better by doing a mask. So you do have a mask that you can do at the top of next session. So just remember that as well. Let me make a circle on this one. So you just decide like whether you want to do a mask of the past or a mask of the future. I love the fact that you keep on like pulling on to like using the custom move Old Bones to its fullest hilt. Jim, I mean, like that's excellent, and I love the fact that Jack keeps on pulling on his grand experience, but yet also like, is it truly what he's seeing? I don't know. I mean, like with the whole thing about like trying to explain to Dr. Whitford about the Pinkerton, about why he said the truth and not like try to try to obfuscate or whatever. I'm like, really? You're gonna just tell him that she's actually here, like she lives here, really? So no, I love that. I just love it. So yeah, you guys are just fun. So good session today, getting some stuff done, finding out some clues, and what I would like to see for next time. So yeah, I would like to introduce the Pinkerton more fully, see like, how you guys want to investigate him as you go, and then again, like just get those other things underway for let me see, where are we at for the Mastermind stuff? I don't think very far, actually. Yeah, just two clues. So yeah, I would like to see more opportunities to give you more stuff, but it is as it is,
I mean, you are trying to come up with a 12 plus benefit for me for that Old
I
Bones
know
move.
that's my plan, but I mean, I have to figure out which of those things makes the most sense for that particular circumstance. So yeah, maybe I'll have it like, be introduced as kind of a what you remembered from when you were in that situation, right?
Yeah, totally cool.
I'll retro that. Yep,
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah.
Okay, so no worries, but that's only 3 mastermind clues so far. So
We'll get there.
I know it's less. I know it's less than it was before, so you don't have to get up to 15. But still, it just seems like,
Oh, is that with the new rules?
yeah, new rules is like you only have to get up to 8 before confrontation.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay.
Oh yeah. So.
Oh,
But,
wow.
yeah. This play structures.
I didn't know that. Yeah.
Play structures different now. So just have to meet like a threat threshold, as well as layers, as well as like this many clues, and then yeah, we have a siege kind of moment with the assault on Hargrave House somehow, and then a confrontation. So yeah, a lot of build up. I got to try to squeeze in here. We'll see how this goes. Anyway, whomever wants to go next. Yeah, if you want to go in character keep order, sure.
I'll go next. Kim, I do also love that you went back by yourself for the doctor, even though like the doctor was scared, as well as Kim as the player is like, I don't think this is the right choice. I think that's awesome. Embrace it. And Jim, yeah, I love that you always go to the Old Bones move. I always forget that it's there. And that when you do it, I'm like, it just makes sense that Jack would be the one to do it. And so it even was enough for Lady Ross Carter to mention it, that you would do that. Mads, your voice and presentation for La Hortensia Fig is terrifying. Please stop. AKA, please keep going. I adored that. So as well as the sun at the bottom of the slide. So yeah, those are fantastic. Wish, none. This is going well. I'm into it.
Dr. Whitford.
I think both Jim and Clint were on fire tonight. Just in order. calling him you people about the coffee, Clint. Jim asking if the silly little laugh was supposed to be included. Um, Jack respecting names and what people want to be called and titles. Um, Clitory said, Mads, your voices for the figs are amazing. And like, that's so much menace in so few words. And I am awestruck. Clint making the dude sit on the floor. So like, just very matter of factly, nope, it's floor time. Was amazing. Jack volunteering to just like be injected with a random substance. That was also awesome. I feel like the doctor's very torn between scientific inquiry and like not actually wanting to cause you pain and liking you, and that tension is kind of delicious.
You may want to look at one of the other Dawn questions, by the way, if you want to like consider like all this tension that Jack is creating for Dr. Whitford. I mean, I know there's one in there about emotional, yep. So
yeah, and just sort of being given an opportunity. Like, I feel like the doctor is very competent and not very worldly. Like, sure, I'll go to the murderer's place by myself. I'll run out of it at spooky noise. And I like the tension of like having a field in which she's very good and then the rest of the world. And so I think my wish is more of that contrast. I enjoyed playing with that contrast and flirting with Jack.
Yeah, I wrote a few things down. I mean, like as usual, I co-sign whenever I go last. I just have to co-sign everything everyone else has said. Absolutely, this is, I'm enjoying this game just immensely, and it just is just really, really happy to be playing with this crew. Stuff I wrote down, Mads. If you've waited centuries to have a pineapple, you can wait a couple more days, which is like that's like Mrs. McGarity is very much coming into focus for us, and that was a particularly delightful,
she doesn't take you seriously. I mean,
yes, no, cool your jets, Mr. Immortal. Yes,
yeah,
so
exactly.
That was, but and also it establishes that like because of his long life and his kind of scattered things will occur to him and stuff like that. She really doesn't have patience for that. And the delightful push pull that we've established just very early on. But that line in particular, where you just like immediately you had it right there, like you waited 100 years, you can wait another couple of days. Like, get off my back. That was fantastic. Clint, the way that you kind of cinematically framed Lady Ross Carter's, it's like we see her from behind and then the camera kind of pans around the front and stuff. I love that kind of description and stuff like that. That was delightful. And then and you're like
Yeah.
it's an old person wearing the makeup that a younger person would make to try and make them look more mature. Actually makes sense to me. And that was fantastic, and that whole scene just was fun because we hadn't really had a Jack and Lady Ross Carter thing yet, and the kind of slapstick sort of bit of it was super super fun. Um, Kim, I wrote down the words "not even a little" whichever fig it was said "wanna play," and you said "not even a little."
Oh, Bert.
which is like the answer that I would expect Dr. Whitford to give and the answer I would expect Kim to give. So that it was perfect in that regard. That was just not even a little. Like, no, I do not want to play seriously or not. And that was super, super fun. So as far as wishes go, we have referred to a character who will beat you to death if you sass them. Which feels like someone that like Jack just is gonna cross paths with and not be able to resist sassing them, I think. So, like we've got the boxer who will beat you to a pulp if you sass them. And we've got the Pinkerton with a big old chip on his shoulder who I have already antagonized and really do not like at all. Like in the TV show, like it would be obvious just that we loathed each other on first sight, I think.
Oh,
And I am really down to like to you know to have him be hollering at me, "Why won't you die?" as he's whatever, like
uh-huh.
shooting me repeatedly or something like that. But some kind of I hate that guy.
You
I'm
hate
like
that guy.
I hate that guy. I hate him.
Oh,
So good job playing him. And really looking forward
he's one of
to
my
uh
favorite
to our
characters to play.
yeah looking forward to our continuing to just antagonize each other.
Oh,
So
sure.
it's delightful. Yeah,
And
yeah. This is a great session.
I just remembered a wish that I still have this makeup on that we spent so much time on. I want that to come into play in preferably a unfortunate
Yeah,
situation.
wear it out during the night phase.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I want Pepper Potts to see you in it.
That's a really good idea, Kim. That's a really good idea.
She'll she'll be so delighted to see Mondi getting out and living life.
Anyway. Oh my gosh, that was great. All right, so you guys have a wonderful week. Oh my gosh, and we'll look forward to all the shenanigans starting at the top of Dusk Phase for next week.
Yeah,
And
answer some
hopefully,
questions.
yep, and hopefully everybody will be like on board, and then we, as you say, like answer some questions after the whole mask thing, and then like if I can like sneak in the special afterwards to figure out like what I want to give you
Sweet.
for the clue, then that should work out, and then yeah, we'll start Dusk Phase in earnest for sure.
Awesome.
Thank you
Everybody
guys
have a
so
good
much.
holiday.
All
Yeah.
right, yeah.
Thanks a lot.
There you
Bye.
go.